to Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn.
So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. My name is Stephen Reese, of course. We're here until 8 o'clock and it is Tuesday. Today we're going to be joined by former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith. He's going to join in and weigh in on the discussion with Earl Herwood Christopher being vindicated. All right, and there is a lot to unravel there. We'll have 15 minutes with Gary, so we're going to get through things as fast as possible. All right, and then we're going to take your calls leading up to the top of the hour. And then we enter another topic to start the second hour before we get to set while aboard. We'll be talking about leptin resistance a little bit later on this morning. So, front page of the news here, as we say good morning to everybody across Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of the region. All of the islands that view Breaking Dawn. Big up my boy from St. Vincent and the Grenadines who I met at the Carifta Games. Almost forget that, yeah, all right. I didn't get your name, you know, but big up yourself, man. Nice, man. Vincy people, man. Love them. Always on the inside. So here we go, front page of the paper. Dowlat condemns teen shooting and I feel vindicated. Earl Herwood Christopher returns to office for 3 days. Or 2 days, literally. All right, so while Commissioner of Police Earl Herwood Christopher says she feels vindicated after her suspension was lifted on May 12th, her lawyers say they will advise her to sue the officers who arrested her in January. That is on page 3, you could read that. Earl's suspension lifted, but court rules it was lawful. What they're saying is that the Police Service Commission did act correctly in sending her on a suspension, a temporary suspension, but it was with full pay. Education Minister condemns shooting of Maloney teen. The Minister of Education, Dr. Michael Dowlat, through a statement from the ministry, has expressed deep concern and strongly condemned the recent shooting incident which left 17-year-old Zwade Allen, a Form 5 student of Arima North Secondary School, hospitalized in critical condition. Padarat says, I will address water woes. Belmont woman stabbed and killed on Mother's Day. A domestic dispute turned deadly on Mother's Day when a Belmont woman was fatally stabbed by a close male relative. Man dies in Point Fortin accident. Works Minister meets with Udicott. Cops question Speyside man after stabbing incident. This was an interesting one. Zakur wants more technology at the airports. Yeah. Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Eli Zakur wants to improve coordination with Customs and Excise Division, integrate modern technology and improve parking at the airports. You see that improved parking, boy? You see that kiosk system that they put in place? Is the biggest waste of time I ever come across. You understand what I'm saying? And yes, the airport does need new technology, man. This thing where we still writing out, you're still writing out, where is the boarding pass? Yeah. Boarding pass and all kind of, look now, man, and look now, where you, the little piece of paper you just full out now, boy. When you reach in international airports now, they say, just stand up right here, bap, picture, boom, you're gone. You understand what I'm saying? We had to move at the time, man. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see the improved technology, the modern technology, and the improved parking at the airport. And of course, Customs and Excise Division as well. And any improvements there would be welcomed by the public, I'm very sure. All right, but you can read about that. That's on page 7. 5 injured in a Rima Maxi accident. This accident happened yesterday morning. Some school children were involved. A maxi taxi and a garbage truck, and apparently the maxi taxi ran into a lamppost, and you know, nobody was killed. Thank God. Just injuries, and of course they were taken to the Arima Hospital. Judge slams police for falsely charging a Shogunas man in 2014. A High Court judge has again read the riot act to the police after he ordered the state to pay the estate of a man who was slapped with multiple charges for offenses allegedly committed while he was in police and prison custody in 2014. And in an oral ruling after a brief trial on May 12th, Justice Frank C. Prasad ordered $280,000 in compensation for the mother of Ricky Taylor, who was killed by police on September 8, 2022, before the lawsuit was filed. State agrees to pay Auditor General's cost in lawsuit over failed probe. So the state will pay Jaiwanti Ramdas's legal fees. It was agreed to by all parties from what I understand. And of course the Privy Council ruling where Douglas Mendes, SC, was, embarrassed to say the least, speaks to it all where that is concerned. Ramadan to write AG on ex gratia payments in 7 days. That's the Paria Divers family. All right, and those are some of the headlines in the paper this morning. All right. Yeah, those are some of the headlines in the paper. There's some editorials here. Well, Ramadan, we have some other headlines here. 2 arrested for guns and ammunition. Cops probe Rowley's comment on Facebook post. That is on page 15. PNM General Council to meet on May 16th. And Prakash Ramadan, the Congress of the People leader, says that the COP will be part of the government. Okay? Interesting. Agostini Limited reports 3% growth amid rebranding, and Whitco reports 9% growth in 2025 first quarter. All right. So those are some of the headlines in the paper. And in sports, well, if you are following the NBA action, the playoffs, pretty interesting. All the football coming to an end, domestic leagues, but the basketball, yeah. I think New York beat Boston last night again, leading that series 3-1 now. So it looked like the Knicks, will very, very rare does a team come back from a 3-1 deficit. Eh? So it's looking like the Knicks may be into the Eastern Conference Final for the first time in, I don't even know how long. You know what I mean? Probably more than 20 years. Definitely more than 20 years. I think they played the Chicago Bulls in the 90s in the Eastern Conference Final back in the day with Michael Jordan and so on and so forth. But it's been a while since the Knicks have gotten there. But I line Jalen Brunson, Captain Clutch Boy, undisputable. Anyway, before we go further, we are 8 minutes past your 6 o'clock. Gary Griffith will join us at 6:25. And we want to introduce Olive South Senior Care Facility located in the serene Sangre Chiquito area of Sangre Grande at Rosie Latchman Avenue, Eastern Main Road, James Smart Village. Olive House is beautifully situated with that spacious main area for living and dining rooms, fully equipped medical wards, as well as assisted living quarters inclusive of all required amenities. Now it's designed to offer comfort, freedom of movement, and support to your loved ones in their senior years, and Olive's House is operated 24/7 by a staff of professional qualified geriatric personnel. Hot meals are prepared daily according to specified dietary requirements, and the service is always warm and friendly. All clients are treated with the respect and dignity that their years demand. And to find out more about Olive's House, all you need to do is contact 232-6367, that is 232-6367, 291-7919, or 3744165. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram, and that is Olive's House. All right, and of course we've heard, terrific reviews on Olive's House in terms of the type of care afforded to the elderly. Also, Chef Shiraz, that's right, Chef has the master classes and chef table event that is starting on Saturday, the 17th of May. And we're talking cocktails, steak and wine, Cajun, Italian, Mediterranean, African cuisines, and more. Demos will be done by different guest chefs. And for all inquiries, you can call or WhatsApp 372-4639 or 737-5097. All right, so make sure and contact those numbers and organize with Chef Man. And I tell you, it's the Chef Table Experience is an exclusive 5-course dining adventure. All right, and you're gonna get fresh. I see in here fresh Matura lobster, Accra. Oh God, Chef, how you? You know what you're doing me there? Guyanese inspired cocktail shrimp, calypso chicken, roulade, I think that's what it's named. Asian crusted lamb chops with whipped provision mash. Papa, I ain't able, you know. And then there's pastry, the chef's dessert. I'm going to be there, most definitely. I will be there. And, well, you know, I had to be there. One chef cooking idea, you know. You know, your boy don't play. All right, so make sure and get in with Chef 372-4639 or 737-5097. JNP Pest Control. JNP Pest Control Limited are experts in all types of pest control, ranging from termites to rodents, ants, cockroaches, lawn pests, and much more. They're armed with the latest techniques and technologies, including fumigation for drywood termites. All right, now JNP Pest Control's professionally trained staff, they are ready to tackle even the most difficult infestations. So for a free inspection and quotation, contact them today at 61 to 65 Covine Road in Diego Martin. You could also call the office on 227-0835 or WhatsApp them on 250-8397. You can email jppestcontrol@hotmail.com and let them shield your home or business from pesky pests. Nobody likes to live around pests. All right, all kind of pests out here these days, but we're talking about the actual rodents, right? Nobody wants to live in a rat-infested, roach-infested, termite-infested dwelling. You understand? Nobody wants to go to work and have to face that kind of thing either. So you want to keep your place clean. It's part of health, and so make sure and of course give them a call and try them today. J&P Pest Control Limited. And finally, Run Stefan Run. Yeah, man. I got to remind you guys to get registered, please. We're on the final lap here, you know. You have this week and you have up to Wednesday next week. All right? And then registration comes to a halt. And we start to package for distribution. Okay? So I am telling you all, we are capping this at 800 people. We are almost there. Okay? So if you get left out, that's your business. And you know, we do these things to contribute to charity. The Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago and the Kuva Children Crisis Center. We're doing 2 charities this year. 2, not 1. All right? And we have the largest prize payout for a 5K in Trinidad and Tobago. The biggest 5K payout in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? $5,000 first prize, $3,000 second. As a matter of fact, let me give you the sponsors list one time. Right? You have $5,000 first prize. All these prizes, male and female, $5,000 sponsored by Blazers. You have second place, $3,000 sponsored by Mr. Monroe and Movie Tongue. You have third place of $2,500 sponsored by Digimaniacs. You have fourth place, which is $2,000. The female has been sponsored by J.J. Millington Paint Supplies Limited. You also have, or J. Millington Paint Supplies Limited, sorry, right? You have fifth place of $1,200 sponsored by Beyond Petroleum, Ross Street in San Fernando. Go check them out. Also, you have sixth place at $1,000, Financial and Forensic Accounting Services and Deonorine Small Engine Repairs Limited. You have seventh place, right? Which is $800, and that is sponsored by Miss Miscellaneous. Eighth place of one of the prizes sponsored by Miss Miscellaneous. You have eighth place of $700. That is sponsored by Elders classes, right? You have ninth place, Eye Defect. They are sponsoring that. That carries a price of $600. You understand? And you have 10th place of $500 sponsored by the G-Maniacs. You have age group prizes. First place in the age groups will receive a nice little prize. We have hampers and giveaways for all of the non-competitive participants as well. We have a trip for two to Curacao sponsored by Cal. We have a trip for two. We have two tickets to Curacao sponsored by Cal. Sorry, not a trip. 2 tickets to Curacao sponsored by Cal. We have 2 tickets to Tobago sponsored by Gigi's Travel. You understand? Amongst other things that we have sponsored. We have the national gas companies on board, NGC. I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart for always supporting. We have Brand Source, big up Brand Source. Well, you're looking for things, go and shop by Brand Source. You're looking for the best meat, go to Cannes Poultry. Right? They have it. Cannes, the best, top of the line. First Citizen Bank, go there when you're looking for your loan. All right? We have Habib's. Habib's, the Trinidad Import and Export Bank as well. Habib's. Now, Habib's is located on Charlotte Street in Port of Spain. Habib's has sponsored these wonderful polos, top quality, and we want to thank them for that. Carib Brewery has given us some product. AP Scott, we have hampers from AP Scott to give away. Smith Robertson, hampers. They also have promotions going on as well for a lot of these people on the day. Guiltless Gourmet, thank you to Candice. Candice, thanks a lot. They're going to do sampling, they're going to do prizes, hampers, all right? Sasha Cosmetics, hampers, giveaways. Caribbean Airlines, like I told you, 2 tickets to Curacao. Gigi's Travel, 2 tickets to Tobago. La Parcon, all right, they got a promotional tent that they're going to be dealing with. Ultra Farm, that is the fine folks that bring the Jameson, they're going to be there. All right, Sun Plaza has sponsored 200 of the breakfasts that will be given out. So we want to thank Sun Plaza for that. Also, Himalaya Wellness USA, thank you. They're coming to do a promotion as well. They have a muscle balm that they're promoting right now. Oh gosh, they go ease the pain. Kiss will be given away. Sandwich loaf like it going out of style. SM Jaleel have big promotion going on the day. They're controlling the water stops. Oasis is the official water of Run Stefan Run. Hampers to give away courtesy SM Jaleel. And they're putting on a play park for the children. Oh gosh, Regal products like that coming in your bag. Rise Physical Therapy will be there. All right. Also, we have the massage therapist, Angel Alcazar, and her team. They will be there. All right, so when you finish run, you get a nice massage. And if you're injured, you check Rise Physical Therapy. We have Sani's Gift Shop. They have sponsored giveaways, including a microwave. Lord of mercy. We have Joseph Nahus and Sons. They are they control the brand of fans called Hero Fans. Those fans making a wave on the market right now. I ain't lying, it will blow you away. Shamir, all right, who recently had their Mother's Day promotion, they will be on board. Shobi Jocelyn, she'll be on Thursday with the Super Patch. She on board as well. You have True Sculpt by CKR. They are giving some vouchers as well. Those vouchers are worth $1,000 each. All right? Master Key Services, they are on board as well. Eclipse on board as well. Sinker Designs are on board as well. And Wheelhouse Pub, giving a dinner for 2 and a lunch for 2. Those are 2 separate prices. And Wheelhouse, the food, magnificent. All right? So those are the sponsors we have on board. And I tell you what, if you're not part of this thing, something is wrong with you. So go get registered today at trinbagoevents.com. You could register online at trinbagoevents.com. And if you want to do cash registration, you can come to Synergy TV from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Kelmore is here. Just ring the bell. All right, you have any problems, call 345-3380. They will get on to me, and I will get on to Kelmore. All right? And if you want to do cash registration as well, you go to Sports and Games. Give me the Sports and Games flyer. You purchase the coupon code. You're paying $200, you get your coupon code. Once you get your coupon code, you follow the instructions on the coupon code. And every coupon code that you purchase for Run Stefan Run at Sports and Games, you get 20% off of everything in store. But it does not apply to promotions and sales items. But you have a 20% discount that you will get at Sports and Games. Thank you to Sports and Games for that. So with all of that, we take a break. When we come back from that break, guess what? Gary Griffith will join us. Stay tuned.
The biggest 5K in TNT takes place Sunday, May 25th at QRC. Start time 6 a.m. Run, Stefan, run. Breakfast inclusive. The highest payout of prize money for a 5K with a first prize of $5,000 and cash prizes up to 10th place. Lots of giveaways and medals for all participants. Registration is $200. Get registered now online at trinbagoevents.com, or cash registration is available at Synergy TV Mondays to Fridays from 12 noon till 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Cash registration is also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple. Call 345-3380 and 482-5531. Or visit Stefan Reese Production on Facebook for more info. Part proceeds goes to the Autistic Society of TNT and the Coover Children's Crisis Center.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with AllPro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Hi, technicians, service personnel, engineers, suppliers, dealers, customers, business owners, and more. You're invited to join us every Wednesday on Synergy TV from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the exciting and informative program, Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Talks. It's your space to learn, engage, and be empowered. Expect live call-ins, interactive discussions, and valuable insights that can elevate your skills and your business. Look out for our special segment, Things That Make You Go Oops, where we share real lessons from real mistakes. And in the midst of the negativity surrounding schools, we're also taking time to celebrate schools that shine bright, those making a positive difference. Tune in every Wednesday to Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Talks, only on Synergy TV, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
See you soon.
Anytime you see this band consistent, we go be the last man standing. From the time we shake up the band, watch the people them start to jam, we'll be the last man standing. From the time we reach on the stage, we don't mash up everything. No. Everything go mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up. The whole party go mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up. Just call me Mr. Mash Up. Everything I get mash up. When I touch the stage, I make the people put their hands up. Yeah, you know we jam rock. That is how we.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Hey! All you let we go Vincy Mars this year. I don't hear everybody talking about the vibes, the all-inclusive party, the Juve, the street parade, and the competitions in Pan, Mass, and Calypso. And don't talk about Soca Monarch. It's real bad. And to top it off, Vincy Mask is easy on the pocket, but it's classy and very safe. So all you, let we go Vincy Mask this year is June 27th to July 8th, and we in that.
Book your tickets and accommodations early. For more information, email info@vincymask.vc or find them on IG at Vincy_Mask, on Facebook at Vincy Mask, or log on to www.vincymask.vc.
Let we go Vincy Mask 2025!
Healthy hair starts with Shamir. Restore starved, damaged, dropping hair with Shamir herbal hair products. Formulated scientifically with aloe, ratchet, and panthenol for growth and nourishment. Shamir.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
All right, people, so we're here at Blazers Bar, Tragreed Road in Woodbrook, and Blazers Sports Bar, the proud sponsor of the male first place and female first place. $5,000 by $5,000 for Run, Stefan Run. Sunday, May 25th. Go and get registered now at trinbagoevents.com. Walk-in registration starts on 22nd of April at Synergy TV, number 19 Arapita Avenue in Woodbrook. Remember, tons of giveaways, tons of prizes, lots to talk about. So come out on Sunday, May 25th. We at QRC from 6 a.m. Get registered today. You could call 345-3380 or 482-5531 for more information. Run, Stefan, Run. Blazer Sports Bar. We on. Cash registration available at Synergy TV, Monday to Friday from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cash registration also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple. All right, people, so welcome back to Breaking Dawn this morning. And for those of you who have picked up your newspaper already, or if you were following the news over the weekend, yesterday, it's all over. Earl Herwood Christopher vindicated. And to enlighten us and, you know, even engage in a conversation on this is a former commissioner of police himself and a former national security advisor. Gary Griffith is with us. And we're going to bring him in via Zoom, man. All right, morning, Gary.
Hi, good morning.
All right, man. How things?
Not too bad. I'm glad you didn't introduce me as previous NTA political leader. You left out that part.
No. Well, I know that done and dusted and it's over with, right? All the politicians and you don't get purged out. So we know we back to, right? Politics is a hell of a game, you know. Pandey was right, yes. But we back on security here. We have a few things to discuss. That I think needs to be ventilated. We're going to start with Earl here, with Christopher here, and this situation without being vindicated. A lot of people, including yourself, said very early on that this is going to amount to absolutely nothing, which it did. So what does that say for the arresting officers?
Well, the sad thing about it, and good morning to all, this is exactly what caused my problem as Commissioner of Police. There are rogue elements in the police service. There are persons who have an agenda to try to get to the highest position or to try to destroy people based on political directives. That happens all over the world. So this is not to smear the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. That is a very small percentage, but the small percentage have the ears and the of certain persons that hold high office. This was not orchestrated by police officers alone. When you listen to the government officials, the previous government officials, they were actually doing press releases on behalf of the police to demonize Earl Christopher and Roger Best. Remember, a director of the SSA was fired as well because of this. A pastor was demonized because of this. So they started with, and this includes the previous prime minister, it was terrorist attempt, it was assassination plans, it was weapons that were lethal and deadly that were there for terrorists. These were weapons that any commissioner, Earl Christopher could have given out that weapon to every citizen in this country. It may not be the appropriate thing to do, but the fact is the law was there. So to start with, for the persons in the legal department who did this investigation, and some of them they're always on television, they should be fired immediately. Any first-year law student will know and read that a commissioner of police has full authority to grant FULs to any semi-automatic weapon. The sniper rifle was a semi-automatic weapon. Hundreds of citizens in Trinidad and Tobago have similar weapons. They use it for target practice and competitive sports in Tucker Valley every Saturday. So when they continued to pump, it was a terrorist weapon. It's a weapon that was deadly. There's no such thing in the Constitution. There's no such thing in the law. It's semi-automatic or automatic. It was not an automatic, which the commissioner cannot grant. So, and again, I actually took Fitzgerald Hines to court on that when he lied to the country. Fitzgerald Hines lied and said that Gary Griffith was giving automatic weapons to the country. I have him in court for that as well. But with Earl Christopher, the weapon was a semi-automatic weapon that she had full authority, and I kept stating it from the start. If this is what they are looking at, well, then there's not going to be a charge because she has the authority. So the legal officers should all be fired, but not just that. In any non-banana republic, the senior officers who were instrumental in arresting Earl Christopher should be fired immediately as well. But what we have seen in this country is that people actually benefit from wrongdoing, unethical behavior, or questionable practice. This fellow Barrington, you recall, the Barrington guy wrote a fake report, gave it to Keith Rowley. Rowley used that as an excuse to withdraw a merit list. And by him showing his incompetence, he was rewarded by becoming director of the SSA. Thankfully, the government has removed him. The same thing here. We have a senior officer who traveled abroad on the approval of the Minister of National Security to kidnap someone. She returned, and now she has arrested a commissioner of police without any type of evidence to justify that. And she is still the deputy commissioner of police. So it shows the police service commission itself is also incompetent. Because remember, they were handpicked by a president who was handpicked by a politician. So they say that they have an agenda still. How can any developed country have a senior officer arrest a commissioner of police for 3 days without any shred of evidence? So you did that deliberately to embarrass the lady, to give an excuse to have her removed, and then you're still holding the position? A judge stated in Barbados he cannot understand how police officers could kidnap someone and still be in the police service. And instead, the Police Service Commission said, the judge said, well, bam, we're going to promote her to be Deputy Commissioner of Police. So it shows that we have no system for accountability or measurement of performance. So this new government has a lot of work to do to prevent rogue elements in the police service, incompetent elements in the police service from continuing to hold positions of authority that can affect the image of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
But okay, what about political interference? Because I just want to draw a parallel here because I remember well the timing of this whole situation with these sniper rifles and the arresting Earl. I remember the Prime Minister at the time made a statement about police hiding in police stations and switching off the lights and that kind of thing. And for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, Earl kind of answered back now. If you recall, and then I recall in your term, you were summoned and you came out and said, just for your information, our Prime Minister cannot summon a commissioner of police. And then you were called into a meeting, if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, everything just went downhill. And then we had the interference with the merit list of the President's house and everything that took place after that. So when we talk about political interference in independent offices or organizations, what has to happen here? Is it that, all right, we have a new government in place, and this is just something that the last government was that they politically interfered with these independent organizations? We have to hope that the new government doesn't do that, or do we set some sort of legislation, policy boundaries? I know they already exist, but what do we do to further, cement that and stop that from happening?
Well, I don't think we need legislation. It has to do with the character of the individuals. Okay. As much as Kamala Prasad and I had our political differences, even though the both of us had the same mission, which was to get rid of the previous government. We had the same mission, just we were going in a different direction.
Right.
In the 5 years that she was Prime Minister and chair of the National Security Council, never once did I ever see her interfere in the policing and put in politics in the policing. That is what Keith Rowley did. When it is that he tried to make the public statement foolishly because of his ignorance and not understanding his own law, when he said that if it is that you're arresting people on the beach, you're supposed to arrest them in their home. It shows how stupid he was and ignorant in not understanding the law that was given by his government with public health regulations. And they still have stupid people on social media still talk about Gary Griffith arrested you arrested your little black boys on the beach. If 100 people are in your home, I could not arrest them. If 5 of them leave your home and go on the beach, I could arrest them. It's a stupid law. It was badly drafted by the Minister of Health and the National Security Council, but I had to work by the law. When he made that public statement, he started interfering, and I had to put him in his place because police officers would have arrested Stefan and his 9 friends from Mother's Day luncheon because of the foolish statement by Keith Rowley. Then he came and tried to summon me. So it shows, and then with Ulla Christopher was the same thing. So what that previous Prime Minister wanted was a police state where I could control you as the Commissioner of Police. And remember, there was a $40 million that was pumped into the police account, and I was deliberately told these funds must be used directly to investigate political opponents of the government. And probably because it is that I would have cleared Kamala from Emailgate, cleared her from the plant-like substance, and I refused to arrest persons based on lack of evidence, he figured, look, time for me to find a new Commissioner of Police that will sing to my tune. And probably the same thing with Ulla. Ulla wasn't moving fast enough. But you recall, this is how the previous government operated. We could go right back to the Auditor General situation yesterday.
Right.
Colin Imwood foolishly tried to handpick people, call them an audit committee, pay taxpayers, millions of taxpayers' dollars, and then they will write a report that will be conducive to what he wants and then show it to the public. They tried the same thing with myself, and they wanted to go to Parliament when they hired 3 little puppets, wrote everything on lies, no evidence, no data, no documents, no witnesses, no evidence, and they wanted to hide like cowards to go to Parliament to read it out because they know I will sue them, because in Parliament you can't sue. So that is how they operated, by using audit reports that they could handpick persons to lie and mislead and destroy the character of people. They did it with Brent Thomas. You kidnapped an individual, nothing was done. They destroyed the reputation of Pastor Brown, say that he was involved in terrorist activities. They lied, nothing was done. They destroyed the reputation of Major Roger Best, a director of the SSA, with lies that he was involved in illegal activity and conspiracy for terrorist attempts. They lied about Ulla Christopher. They lied. Then we had the Wendell Lucas situation, when a senior officer lied and misled, tried to mislead the country to say that he was involved in questionable activity that affected Lucas from becoming the Deputy Commissioner of Police. So it has been littered with political interference. Persons attempted to turn this into a police state. It has destroyed the character, the reputation of many people. And we do not need to change the legislation. We need to ensure that persons who hold positions of authority do not lose control and focus. Yeah. Because when it is that degree of arrogance, you can actually destroy the character and reputation of others and affect national security.
There was one other name that I thought you would have mentioned. There was David Lee. That situation with David Lee where he was investigated.
Okay. Now that you want to go down that road, I'm a Commissioner of Police. Bring. Hello? Hey, Gary, I have some documents for you. I want you to lock up David Lee. I say, I beg your pardon. And this is a minister. I said, well, if you have any evidence, I can't lock up somebody for that. I have to see the evidence first. They delivered it to me within 15 minutes. When I looked at the file, I investigated it. I said, this is not enough evidence to arrest anyone. It was filed by myself. The same thing happened with the other situations prior to myself being Commissioner of Police, when it is I did not have enough evidence.
Right.
Well, who told me to do that? As soon as I left as Commissioner of Police, the new one who will replace me immediately arrested David Lee and Hugh Leon Poy. And then the same DPP now has to come and say this is nonsense. So I don't know if it is that I am more trained as a police officer than some of these senior police officers who replaced me, but I was given a document from some senior government official. It was all handpicked. He had access to the documents, did it, and brought it had by delivery to me to arrest a political opponent. Not as a writer, you want to play the politics. But when I looked at it, there was no way that could be seen as something to arrest someone. But still, when I was replaced, the acting commissioner of police foolishly saw that as being enough. And now you know what's going to happen? Earl Christopher, Roger Best, Pastor Brown, Brent Thomas, Hugh Leonpoy, David Lee, you, me, and all taxpayers now are going to have to spend millions upon millions of dollars, the Auditor General as well, because of victimization, because of targeting persons who may not be there to have done what it is you wanted. And therein lies the problem. Suppose Gary Griffith was someone who wanted to stay in his work badly. I would have arrested him, and then the country will pay the price, which is what happened after I left. The same thing would have happened with Earl Christopher. The same thing with Roger Best or Pastor Brown or Brent Thomas. It was a minister who gave Suzette Martin authorization to leave our territorial waters to arrest Brent Thomas. Only the Minister of National Security can do that. So, I mean, the things that we would have seen has been nasty, it has been untidy, and thankfully that era is over, where we no longer have a government with incompetent ministers, vindictive and arrogant senior government officials, people trying to target political opponents. That was a very untidy situation. If it is that me being removed as commissioner because of me refusing to adhere to political directives had a part, and that whole merit list, I think, was the biggest stain in the last PNM government. If I had a part to play to have assisted in having them removed, well, then I did my job.
Let me ask you this now. The public confidence in the TTPS is something that is, I think it's at an all-time low. When you were there, it would have been at an all-time high, if I'm not mistaken, and it has sunk to a low. Now, taking that into consideration, the current Prime Minister has said that, you know, in 6 months, I don't like to give time frames, but she has said in 6 months, we're going to see some sort of positive turn as it relates to crime. She has appointed Roger Alexander, whom I'm very sure that you would have worked with closely during your tenure as Commissioner of Police, as he's now the Minister of Homeland Security. And in a interesting twist, he's gone from the employee to the employer in a kind of way, you know, flipping it. But is in your opinion, is Roger Alexander the right man for the job? 1. 2, is 6 months a realistic time frame? And 3, how do we restore confidence in the police service, given that Earl Herod Christopher now is back vindicated and may resume office for the next couple days until, I think, a time is up in a couple days, in about 3 days or so?
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, the first one with Roger Alexander, I actually appointed him as the head of the Special Operation Response Team. That was my elite unit that put an end to kidnapping. 12 persons were rescued and doors kicked down and victims released. That was the first time and last time it ever happened. That put an end to kidnapping. That SWAT unit put an end to home invasions, to extortion. And McDonald, Jacob, and Earl Christopher went out of their way to shut down and dismantle every single thing that we put in place that caused the public to feel comfortable. So as much as people are crying over Earl Christopher, she had a part to play in the demise of the police service. The Rapid Response Unit, the Emergency Response Patrol, the Operational Command Center. I had a standard operational procedure for body cameras to be worn at all times by every police officer. We reduced police absenteeism in court by 83%. We formed the gender-based violence unit, the social media monitoring unit, the police app, the online reporting, polygraph testing for officers, drug testing for officers, dashboard cameras on the vehicles, GPS tracking on all police vehicles, making sure there's a 5-minute response. I could go on for the next half an hour. Earl Christopher and McDonald Jacob shut down and dismantled almost every single thing that caused public confidence and trust to go to 59% under my watch. Now it's less than 8%. So as much as people crying for Earl Christopher, the main thing, Stefan, is to understand how Earl was appointed. When we have international experts measuring the performance and assessing persons to be commissioner of police, I got 82%. Earl got 52%. She didn't come in the top 20. They saw that she didn't have what it takes. You would have seen her yesterday. How you could be a commissioner of police and demand a degree of authority, and you're going like little Muppet in the Muppet Show, and you have an attorney speaking on behalf of you. She lacks the confidence and the charisma and the strength. You feel Jacob or anybody could have done that to me as commissioner of police? Why I run them like a dog out to the commissioner's office? So what persons did was whisper in the ears of politicians to talk about merit list being removed. You can come to my office with stupidness and I will show you, look, I have the approval to give that. It's right there in the law. Get out of my office. So they did that to Ulla Christopher because she's naturally weak. And assessors, international experts who actually selected Dwayne Gibbs over all the local police officers, who selected me over 60 other police officers who applied, international experts didn't put Ulla in the top 20. When they changed it to the Police Service Commission assessing the merit list, you only bring the locals. Guess what? The local Police Service Commission, they're appointed by a president who's appointed by a politician. They put Ulla Christopher first. So it is Judith Jones and Maxine Atong is those jokers who impose Ulla on us. So the point being is that if we want to lift public confidence and trust, we cannot have a politically appointed Police Service Commission select a commissioner of police. You have the training, the experience, the qualification. It goes right back to what the media does, Stefan, when Ramesh Diosaran foolishly said, on what grounds did this government remove Barrington? Barrington spent his last 6 years in the police service holding suitcases for the Minister of National Security and the Prime Minister when they arrived at JFK. He was up in New York. He came down here for 2 months to be special branch head because he was the most senior person. He had very little training and knowledge in intelligence gathering, and he is the individual who drafted the flawed document, which was a lie, as a civilian, and gave it to Rowley for Rowley to use as an excuse to withdraw the merit list because Gary Griffith wasn't singing to his tune. Right. So all of that, it can. My point being is that you cannot have the Police Service Commission do the assessment. You need, again, with the situation, the Police Service Commission can assess the person's performance because there's an idiot's guide. Crime reduction, public trust and confidence, and so forth. As it pertains to Roger Alexander, as I said, going back to where I started, he is the best fit for the job when you look at all the persons in the government at this time. And he may not have been a very senior person, whereas you would have seen persons as ministers of national security before, as chiefs of defense staff, security advisors from Joe Theodore, Carl Alfonso, Eddie Dillon, John Sandy, myself. He would have been probably senior middle management, but it does not take away the fact that he can very well succeed if he has the right people around him. Right. It's the same thing with Wayne Sturge. Wayne Sturge may not know anything about the military, but he's the Minister of Defense. If it is he gets the right people around him, he may be able to do the right thing. Because I was the person who drafted the breaking of the Ministry of National Security to the two ministries. And there's a reason for that. It is going to make sure that each minister and ministry can pinpoint on Ministry of Home. It was actually Ministry of Home Affairs I drafted for the Prime Minister, not Homeland Security. Homeland Security has to do with border protection, customs, immigration, terrorist activity, which is what the Ministry of Defense is here. So people may believe it's a duplication. When I drafted as the Ministry of Home Affairs, it was similar to my research I did. India has a Ministry of Home Affairs. Guyana has Home Affairs. The United Kingdom has the Home Office. So the Home Affairs is to deal with internal security, law enforcement, policing, hard targeting, dealing with the fire service, dealing with internal security. The Ministry of Defense, that's why I also recommended that customs be removed from the Ministry of Finance, which was a very stupid thing done by politicians for decades, where they believe that customs is an income generator, so let's put it in finance. No! I asked the Prime Minister, when we do the Ministry of Defense, have customs be brought in to work in tandem with the immigration and the defense force to secure our borders, to form a border protection unit. 95% of illegal weapons come through the legal ports of entry. So if we set these ministries up properly, I believe that they can very well succeed.
All right. Well, Gary, thanks a lot for your time this morning. And I know that you said you're done with politics now, and you're ready to serve in any security capacity. So we will look on and see what capacity that will be in. You're throwing your hat in the ring for Commissioner of Police again?
No, well, I think, remember there's already a merit list. But again, as I said, the merit list has been selected by a police service commission who are all civilians with no training or knowledge in law enforcement. Right. So it is not going to be as efficient as when Penn State did it for Dwayne Gibbs or others. So I would strongly recommend that there must be a merit list based on international experts sifting through the process to ensure that the best person can be selected. So I don't think that is an option for me. Likewise, I certainly do not need a job. I don't need a post. I don't need an appointment. But you recall when Keith Rowley was Prime Minister, at this same time last year, I realized that the government was clueless. The one thing they had going for them was security until I was removed. And I offered to give him free advice. I offered to provide support and guidance if needed. I will do the same for this government because I will always be a patriot before a politician.
All right, nice, man. All right, well, Gary, take it easy, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, that's Gary Griffith on the inside, former Commissioner of Police. We're coming up on 10 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. And interesting there, you know. I don't know if I want to pick up on that one, you know, when he said, when he said, you know, ring, and a minister called him to say, look up David Lee, you know. And that matter was thrown out as well. So that political interference, well, hopefully, as Griffith just said too, he'd work with Kamala Prasad-Visesa, not once had he ever seen her interfere in organizations like the police service and others. So I guess it's a character thing more than a legislative thing, as he also said as well. And that's where it is. But we're going to see how the government moves forward with crime. We're going to follow what takes place with Erla here, with Christopher here, because she just has a few days in office again. Whether or not she will serve those few days. As a matter of fact, she spoke to the media yesterday, you know. She spoke to the media. Director, you have the Erla clip talking to the media yesterday? She said something very interesting. She was asked about DCP INI, as she's referred to quite popularly now. We're going to come back after the break and we're going to take your calls there, but I'm just trying to see if we have this clip here. We're supposed to. Yeah? Oh, we're going to the break. All right. So we will take a break, and when we come back from the break, we will get back into the discussion. Oh, before we go to the break, gentlemen, let me run off too now. Jameson. We get him a little Jameson. All right, so boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products to fight off the seasonal sniffles, such as their cold fighter with echinacea, vitamin C chews with the honey lemon flavor. For additional support, try their delicious vitamin D3 chews and ultra strength zinc. Chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson trusted vitamins and minerals. And we also want to remind you about Palm Star. Yep, Palm Star Promotions is back, and bigger and brighter with the 4th Annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge. This time it's heading to Eastgate Mall. Prelims on May 17th. Registration from 7 to 8 a.m. Semifinals and grand finals on May 24th. Registration starts at 7:30 a.m. and they're calling on all primary schools and homeschool champs, standards 3, 4, and 5, ages 9 to 12 plus. This is your time to shine. The top school with the most student entries and points wins a desktop computer. And that's not all. There are also chances to win tablets, medals, and more. All right, so all you got to do is check out Palm Star Promotions on Facebook or call Auntie Esther at 471-2604. And you can grab your Kotesi Kotela dictionaries at Charon's in Tunapuna, Trin City, San Juan, or Digger Martin. Show the flyer or pick on your phone and get 5% off. Dress code elegantly casual, no school uniforms, and come out and support your young minds. Listen, learn, and enlighten each other. All right, and with that, we take a break. When we come back, we'll get into the second hour of business. Stay tuned. All right, people, so we're down in San Fernando at the corner of Rushworth Street and the Bypass Road in Sando. We're here at Beyond Petroleum. Beyond Petroleum, the proud sponsors of the 5th place, male and female, and that carries a prize of $1,200 respectively. So they are the proud sponsors. Run, Stefan, run. Sunday, May 25th, make sure and come out, QRC 6 a.m. Get yourself registered online at trinbagoevents.com. We're aiming at 2 charities, the Autism Society of Trinidad and Tobago and, of course, the Cuba Children Crisis Center. So we want to big up Beyond Petroleum. And when you come down, you could get your gas, but you could go into the 24-hour convenience store as well. You could pick up your toiletries. If you want juice, you're getting that. Milk, automotive products from car care to engine care, and a whole lot more. You can pick up your little snack, everything nice. So you're coming down to Beyond Petroleum. You're supporting those that support us. It's Run, Stefan, Run. Let's go.
Cash registration available at Synergy TV, Monday to Friday from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cash registration also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple.
Coloring your hair is now easy with Bigen Easy Color for Men. Bigen's advanced cream formula prevents stains and drips, and it gets rid of the gray in 10 minutes. Bigen Easy Color for Men, for a natural color at no gray. Healthy hair starts with Shamir. Restore starved, damaged, dropping hair with Shamir herbal hair products. Formulated scientifically with aloe, ratchet, and panthenol for growth and nourishment. Shamir.
Consult Vedic astrologer Tulasi Prasad, who offers profound insights into an individual's life path and astrology journey in Trinidad and Tobago. Master can guide you with astrology and horoscope readings, love spell casting, family disputes, marriage problems, health problems, job and business problems. Master also is experienced in effective black magic removal remedies, negative energy removal remedies, reuniting loved ones, and many more. To get Master's guidance, call us now.
At +1 868 398 7547, located in Trinidad and Tobago.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47 Lot 6 Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47 Lot 6 Montu Trace in Pinal, reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
All right, people, so we're back. And as we return here on Breaking Dawn, I want to, let me see, remind you about Flow Armor. All right, so Flow Armor, no matter the space or the budget, your home deserves more than just security. It deserves armor security powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro, a home security solution that protects what matters most for just $4 a day. Visit Flow in-store online at discoverflow.co for details. Flow, bringing security home. Nice, man. And we also got to remind you about Eden Heights. So Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean, and they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, helotherapy, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. They also offer consultation services as well in arthritis, sport injuries, heart disease, child counseling, detox programs, high blood pressure, and more. So visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Trincity, Chaguanas, or Tobago, and give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. All right, and what else we got here, gentlemen? We had a roll right. We had a roll right. Yeah, a roll right. All right, so we got a Roll Right. Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, your one-stop shop for vehicle care, located on Salim Avenue, Monroe Road, Chaguanas. Roll Right has everything you need to keep your ride in top shape, from new and used tires to speed balancing and 3D computerized wheel alignment. They've got it all covered. At Roll Right, you can also get the full suite of vehicle maintenance services, including comprehensive suspension, vehicle repairs, injector flow bench diagnostic testing, and ultrasonic cleaning, servicing, oil changes, and vehicle diagnostics scanning. Plus, Roll Right offers a wide selection of high-quality vehicle batteries, ensuring you're always powered up for the road ahead. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Visit them today or give them a call on 303-8344. You can also find them on all social media platforms. Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, always rolling right. All right. So, we want to get to the, oh gosh, boy. You have the ULA, right? All right, just give me what ULA said outside the parliament yesterday now.
God.
Not give me parliament.
Because it's only God. So I thank God. I thank my attorneys. I have been vindicated, which I expected in my 43 years of service. I have never been, there's no allegations of any misconduct, be it criminal or otherwise. My service has always been with integrity. But other than that, I reserve any further comment at this time.
No, you just have a couple of days again before your contract comes to an end. Do you expect to be given a third and final extension?
I expect my Heavenly Father to take good care of me. Whatever God has in store for me, that is what will happen.
And is there any animosity between yourself and DCP Martin? Because she was the person who was leading the investigation.
I believe I'm a professional and no, there's no animosity. I don't know if she has any animosity, but I have none.
Do you feel like this was a witch hunt or some sort? Or some people are even arguing politically motivated?
No comments. I will not comment on that at this time.
Thank you very much.
All right.
How was the meeting with the new Homeland Security Minister?
It was quite cordial. Interesting.
And your interview with Benjamin, the handover to Benjamin, how was that?
Oh, that was quite cordial. He was most understanding, and that's expected.
Now, we understand that your appointment letter has not been given to you. Have you seen the side of it that you have been reinstated from the...
I have not seen a letter as yet. I'm not sure if it is back at the office.
That means Benjamin hasn't been revoked as yet. So technically there's 2 commissioners of police.
Well, I don't know how that works, but technically, I believe. So have a get up.
You as well, man.
Yeah, my apologies. Not outside the Parliament, outside the Ministry of National Security. So that's Ula there, giving us a little insight into how she feels there. Any animosity? She said, I have no animosity towards her. I don't know if she has animosity towards me. But it's interesting because that officer still has their job. Clearly, there was no case here. 327-7400. Let me just connect the phone here. Connected? All right, nice one. Clearly, you know. All right. So we'll see. We'll take a few here before I jump into the other topic. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, man.
Well, we had predicted that these things would have happened, and the real issue here now, after listening to Gary Griffith, how he promoting himself really and truly, because the old merit list, he was on top of it.
Right.
But right now, we're looking for a commissioner of police. This is the real issue at hand here right now. And I am strongly recommending, there was a Corporal Ali used to be with Roger Alexander on Beyond the Tape. He was also on the panel when they were discussing Ola Christopher and him guarding. He's a lawyer. He understands proper policing, and he understands a whole lot about the law as it relates to policing and how to really function, because they were referring to him now to get him guidance along the way. So it tells me that he's very intelligent as to what's going on. So you need a new list, and I am recommending that this gentleman, people look at him closely, be the new commissioner of police.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
No problem. Yeah, because we're going to need a commissioner. A commissioner that instills a level of fear too and respect amongst the population. Morning.
Stefan, good morning.
Morning, my brother. Go ahead.
Stefan, yeah. Miss Ula here, as Gary put it this morning, for me, I take out of this whole Ula thing, the whole situation where that took place in England with the Auditor General, right? Because after that judgment came out from England, is this whole Ula thing come up. Understand? So I believe that was the PNM way of deflecting from that issue, so they just look at, really for something serious to have the entire population head in a spin. But at the end of the day, you see what is going on here, and I hope really, really and truly, when she go back there, wherever your little 2 days, wherever you have remain, do something and move that woman who charge you. Really, really and truly. I know what power she has, what she can do.
I don't think she has that power as commissioner.
No, but on the second issue, man, Mr. Gary Griffith, please, if you're locked on, listen to Synergy still. You say you're a patriot, we know you're a patriot. We know anti-camps don't hold no grudge against nobody. So please, when this position for Commissioner of Police comes back up, yes, I hear the man talk about Corporal Ali, but I think, sir, please, when the Commissioner position comes back up, could you please reapply Mr. Gary Griffith, if you're locked on listening, because we would really love to have you back as our commissioner. In my humblest opinion, I believe with this government and you as commissioner, criminals will have to hide and run from Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you, Stefan.
All right, no problem. I'm going again. Who's the All-Star cast here getting in this morning, boy? All the All-Stars, boy. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Stefan. How you
Yeah.
going, man?
Back, Paul, going on.
Stefan, you ever went and taken a Mission Impossible movie with Tom Cruise yet?
Yeah.
3 hours you'll be sitting in that movie. You will finish 2 large popcorn and nuggets and fries and a big Coke. And when you reach down to the last 40 seconds of the movie, after all that hours of suspense and intrigue and thing, the movie does wrap up in 40 seconds. Tom Cruise gets the bad guy. There's find out it's just what a heart the man wanted for because the alien or some kind of thing. And everything go kiss the girlfriend and thing and die the movie there.
Right.
Then you go wonder, what the hell I just spent 3 hours doing, boy?
Right.
We need to have our Mission Impossible movie in this country wrap up. Buy a Bedford truck for Erla, give you a spot on Charlotte Street unless she sell provision or something.
Oh, God.
Thanks, Gary Griffith, for his service. And mute him.
Oh,
Settle
God,
up the
Lord.
divers them issue. Bulldoze the White House. And everything that associated with PNM, erase it from our history. in Trinidad and Tobago. And let we move on in this country, because it's about time we really end this dotishness and move on and let this country start to be on the track where it's supposed to be in this 40 seconds. Have a good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man, no problem.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, man. The man said, take a Bedford truck for her and she go and sell some profession. What? Morning.
Good morning.
Oh,
you know, I have
God.
never watched an entire Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise.
Serious?
You know, I no, serious. I don't even like him as an actor.
Wow.
Anyway, everybody have their thing.
All right.
Yeah, but you know, I am so shocked Miss Urla could speak. She's speaking and she's not fumbling or anything. She stand up there and she talking good as ever. But you know, according to Jack, today is today and yesterday was yesterday. I really don't have time with none of them, you know. I just want to things, you see how things going starting to I feel such a weight off my shoulder, you wouldn't believe. But I just want to see things moving forward. And I want Mr. Griffith to know that perception is everything. You're talking about you're not with this party and you're not with that party. But what we were seeing during the campaign, you're hugging up this grey-head crying man all over the place, jumping. You know, you wonder, you people, you know, you had people wondering where you going, what
Perception
you
becomes
doing.
reality. Perception becomes reality, yeah.
Perception becomes, but perception in my mind is, you know, when you're seeing thing in front of you, you know, you're seeing it.
Yeah,
And this thing with the merit list and all them things, all those things, listen, I would like to know what is going to happen with that Judith Jones report.
Yeah, we haven't got anything into that yet.
I want to know what's going on with that, and I want to know what is going on with the children of the divers, if they get in counseling, if the families get in counseling, whatever is going, you know, so many years pass and we just sit down here and we're going from one thing to the next and we're forgetting certain things. They in the back, you know, as they say, grass growing and horse starving.
Yeah.
Well, that is what's going on. But I'm really surprised this woman talking good boy this morning, boy. I don't know. Okay, Stefan, goodbye.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, God. I'll take one more here. I'll take one more here. I'm going to take this one. Hello, morning.
Morning, Stefan. Morning.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. What's going on? I'm cool, man.
I want to say, I think this situation is beyond what is right and what is wrong for Urla Christopher, right? Because it was presented to us via the TV that her signature was affixed to a document which authorized the purchase or the bringing in of two sniper rifles for resale.
Right.
It was also presented to us in an investigative report by a journalist that the items never even reached the seller. It went from customs straight to the SSA.
Right.
Right. Now, the thing is, somebody with the skill and qualification of a lawyer with the same amount of experience as, let us say, one of those legal officers in the police service, would they have done the same thing that this legal officer would have done? That is to say, isn't that a reasonable suspicion to suspect? If you was in charge of something for resale, your author, shouldn't you have ensured that it reached to the seller, the vendor, right? And with having said that, what this situation exposes more than anything else is a huge gap in the law, because no commissioner of police or no single person should have the authority to bring in sniper rifles for resale to people in the general public. That just shouldn't happen. So even though it is right, according to Gary Griffith, it is not right. It is not illegal.
Yeah.
But it is wrong in a particular sense. It should not be allowed to happen. And the DPP, this is the second time the DPP, so the first one is in Suzette Martin's case.
Yeah.
The same, if I remember it correctly, and I could be wrong, the same DPP who found it was enough evidence to put Suzette Martin before the court for the driving issue it's the same DPP who find we should discontinue proceedings against her. And now now he doesn't have to account for discontinuing proceedings against anybody. At least he doesn't have to account to the public. And now he is saying that this case have no merit, no chance of prosecution, whatever. And we not hearing why. The general public don't know why. So I think we have the perception that the law is one way for this one and another way for the next one. No equality before the law.
Yeah.
So I'll listen off here.
All right, no problem, man. Thanks. All right, I just want to hold up there for 1 second. You know, the timing of this also, I'm surprised somebody didn't bring up the timing. This particular scenario that played off, was it yesterday or day before, over the last 24 to 48 hours, it happens where she has been cleared with just a couple days left on her extension, right? It's as if they you know, the way that the investigation went down and the DPP making his, coming out and saying, listen, to have no evidence and all these things, the timing is what kind of catches me. It's as if they wanted her out of office and now they have dropped the matter because of lack of evidence with only just a couple days remaining for her to serve as Commissioner of Police. So I don't believe in coincidences. Sorry. Not coincidence like that. That comes out just a couple days before, you know, her contract as via the extension for Commissioner of Police will be up. All right, but we got to find a Commissioner of Police, that's for sure. I don't know if Junior Benjamin has his hat in the ring as well, but I know there are a few people inside there. I think Wayne Meister is inside there as well. I think Joseph Chandul is another good one inside there as well. I think he's the former head of homicide. There are a few names inside of there that you know, we'll see who pops up or who pops out, but we definitely need a Commissioner of Police. That's a foregone conclusion. And we need a Commissioner of Police who, like I said, demands respect and instill fear in the criminal elements. You understand? So we'll see what comes out of the bag or the magician's hat in time to come. I want to draw your attention to a news report that was released over the weekend, I believe. All right? Could you give me the schools? I couldn't believe this. Run that for me. We were talking about the media yesterday, right? Run that for me.
This structure was built for the children of the Reform Hindu School in Gasparillo. Now abandoned and overgrown, it is used by criminals.
Those planting marijuana in the compound.
Parent Dudnath Basdev says since 2015, students have been waiting for their new school, suffering in cramped conditions at the nearby Shiv Mandir.
I want the new Minister of Education to finish the school, so my son could come down here. I try to go to school and all here, in the school.
They hope the new minister, Dr. Michael Dowlath, will make the reform school a priority.
Apparently the school was 98% completed, right? Desks and all that was the only thing missing. Electrical, everything was complete. I think politicians should stay away from kids, you know? That's the whole thing. Because the kids across there in that school is crowded, they're suffering there, no AC, no ventilation really, you know? And this school, like I said, was almost complete. Should have finished it, and then politics stepped in and have the kids suffering.
At Cypress Hills Union Hall in San Fernando, this early childhood center and the Union Hall Secondary School are also lying in ruins. In Pinal, two more multi-million-dollar campuses, Shiva Boys Hindu College and the Parvati Girls College, are also incomplete. Construction of those campuses started in 2013.
Passing here on a daily basis, this school was almost like about 80% completed, I should say. And I think that they should have capitalized on that opportunity
in the interest of saving taxpayers' money.
Dr. Dowlett says assessments are now being done on all schools.
Presently, the Ministry of Education staff are looking at the percentage completion of those unfinished schools. And we're also looking at the data for the demand for the schools in a particular area. That will set the priority for the completion and reopening of the schools.
Contacted for comment, former Minister Dr. Nian Gadsby-Dolly said under the PNM, 20 schools were completed at a cost of $800 million. She says the UNC must now secure over $2 billion from a separate funding source to finish the remaining schools. Radhika D. Silva, CNC3 News.
I'll tell you why that report upsets me. You saw on the media yesterday, right? For those of you who watch this program religiously, CNC3, it take all the year 2025 to go and report that. I went, and Ananias was working at the time here. That was my cameraman. And Ananias and I went and covered all them schools and them in 2020 when everybody was running and hiding under the bed and in the cupboard from a virus with a 1% mortality rate. I was out in them schools covering that, showing the waste and the mismanagement. I went to Egypt in Chagonas. That was the first school I covered. As Stark Entertainment was covering them during the current election campaign. I do that since 2020. Since 2020, I come back and I show and I give all the information on those schools. St. Joseph, the one in St. Joseph, the one in Mount Hope, that same one, the Reform School, the one down in Penal, the one in Egypt, the one in Curep, it had one in Curep too. It have, our next one was in Barataria, but I think the PNM and them, they built up that one. And countless others. Oh God, what's the name? Ramai Trace. Man, I went in all day and covered that. All you now come to talk about these schools in 2025? Why all didn't do that report and put pressure on the PNM? When they were in power. And then only contact the former education minister who say they complete 20 schools for $800 million. Only in shame to admit that. Those schools that you all spent that all claim all spent $800 million to complete, those schools were 98% complete. Up to 2020 and going into the 2020 general election, Rowley sat down in a meeting down in where it was boy in Point 14 or somewhere there and started to talk about we're going to put aside 800 million for 24 schools. 800 million for 24 schools in 2020. Those schools were 98, 97, 96% complete in 2015. In one case, the school in Egypt, all they had to do is switch on electricity. They left the school there to be vandalized. So that contractor now want to come back in and spend one set of money to do repairs in order to get some of them schools open. They left them there for over 5 years to just deteriorate and be vandalized. I went and covered that. I could tell all about that. All of it pissed me off this morning. Huh? And it takes CNC3 almost 10 years to reach down there. Look now, man. And the former education minister want to talk about the new government going to find $2 billion. $2 billion to complete projects that were 98 and 99% complete. That is how much they care about taxpayers' dollars. That by the courts paying everybody that they take to court, we end up winning the matter. All of them have to be compensated by the state, they say by the state, by you, the taxpayer. $2 billion that you estimated to be for them to finish these schools that were almost complete. And I'm glad is the education minister under the PNM that's saying the new government got to find $2 billion to complete it. So when the new government come and they say they run a study and they go take X amount of $1 billion to complete them schools that should have been completed between 2015-16, after 2015 when they left office, when they come and say it, I ain't going to hear nothing from no PNM supporters, but oh, $2 billion, I'm glad because go keep that report. She said that. But if you know that thing them vex yesterday, boy, over the weekend watching that report. Morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, morning, go ahead. Morning.
Yes, sir, for morning.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
The 1% media are really playing smart, the foolishness, you know.
They not reach down there.
They not reach down there now, mind you.
Man.
No, mind you. You realize a lot of the schools, especially the Hindu schools, they fail to complete them. And still, these children are excelling left, right, and center, you know.
No, yeah.
You understand?
In one case, there was a school, I think it's Ramai Trace. The school was almost complete. I went down there, man. All was left to be done is the school to be furnished and open, electricity to switch on. They had the children in a mosque. In a temple. Cram up in a temple.
Jump by. But Stefan boy, at the end of the day, jump low. Them salaries guaranteed at the end of the month, you know. So whatever happen, however it hang, it swing, you know.
Yeah. All right.
You understand?
Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. Morning.
Hey, Stefan, morning.
What going on, my brother? Go ahead.
St. Joseph's Secondary.
I went and covered that. That school.
We're talking about what's going on presently right now. Those children in 40-feet containers, and some of them getting sick. You need to carry up a camera crew and check out what's going on up at St. Joseph's Secondary.
St. Joseph's Secondary? All right, no problem. We check that out. I went up and covered that school, St. Joseph. If you see that school level in St. Joseph, if you see that the size of that school, brother, if you ever walk in, man, if you went in there, if you see that, man, then people just leave that to deteriorate, leave it to be vandalized. They just leave, man. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, what going on?
Well, 10 years ago, Miss Marlene McDonald was the Minister of Education.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they couldn't afford to pay no security to secure them school and them. So they pulled the plug.
Yes.
Right? All they had to do was put army and all them school and them. Go army getting paid, and army could work under any condition. And them are no trade union.
Yeah.
Right? They failed to do that. I know the school in Sawa that was completed at I think Saddam Hussein was president because he was the MP. I want to see 1 minute is 24 school, next minute is 20 for 800 million. I want to do some research today to see if 24 ribbon or 20 ribbon cut for them school. I want to see where them school finish for 800 million. I want to see that. Why just follow the news?
Them say they spent 800 million on 20 schools, you know. Schools that was 98 and 97% complete, you know.
You and people here watching Synergy TV, just watch the news and see things on social media. You see the Minister of Education cut 24 ribbon or 20 ribbon?
No.
I want to see them ribbon cut.
I can't remember them open. I can't remember them. They like to, and that was the government that like to go and cut ribbon for incomplete projects. They cut the ribbon and then remember the central block, what we see on the inside of the central block in the hospital.
Yeah.
And countless other places where they cut ribbon too. Them like that was the
and it's a big
Kotribang
airport.
government.
Yeah, yeah. They make a new meaning when it comes to cut incomplete projects. Yes.
Yeah,
So I
and
want to see.
I can't remember them cutting
I
no
want to
ribbon
see
to open no school.
20-some ribbon. Woman, our next report say it was 24 school, you know. Now from this news clip, you're saying 20.
She said nobody former
Right?
minister said 20.
But our next
Every
article
report
said 24.
Yeah, well,
Our next article said 24.
Well, Dice tell you they're on the wrong part. It done gone wrong already because it could only have one truth. It can't have two truths.
And then the former Minister of Education blamed the police service in St. Joseph for the St. Joseph police.
No, well, she totally wrong with that. She totally wrong. She totally wrong with that. I could tell you that. I could tell you that.
It wasn't her, it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Garcia. Before she.
Garcia,
yeah. He blamed the police station. The man in the police station for this. Yeah, for St. Joseph School being vandalized.
Yeah.
So he wash his hand. He and the government wash his hand like Pontius Pilate.
That big waste of time
right.
Too. All right, no problem,
yeah,
man.
he said, okay.
Yeah, that big waste of time, Anthony Garcia. Big waste of time. Understand what I'm telling you? That is how taxpayers' money. That is taxpayers' money at work. You understand? Morning.
Stefan, I had to call back. You know, you talk everything that I wanted to talk about. But everything they showed there on that clip, you showed it years ago. Yeah, not last month or last week, you know, years ago.
It was 2020. That was back in 2020, in the year of the pandemic.
Yes, you showed. I was wondering if it was your clip I watched it. Good to see. But you showed all of this and brought all of this up, and nobody never took it and ran anywhere with it.
Yeah.
Now they're coming to talk about it.
Yeah.
No? Okay, then I go on, bye.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I remember that. I'm going to the break now. I'm taking one more. I remember that I was out there with Ananias here. People are, all you know, it have a virus outside. I said, man, give me a chance for that nonsense, eh? And I went in all them school and them boy. I mean, I jump on so twice because it had a bird. I'll go explain that after. Morning.
Hi, Stefan. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
I am extremely stressed.
Watching
I concur with Barakpo. Yes, I it's like people in this country, they don't remember and they do not care. You get compensated for lack of performance. That is it. I'm on the verge of tears, to be honest, since yesterday. You know, take a read of page 8 of The Guardian yesterday, and
No
where
problem.
Benji said he came from. But I cannot take this pain anymore. All that you're saying, I have to deal with my stress over it. I swear to God. Take care of yourself on time.
No problem. All right, so as we bring her into the phone calls there, to the last caller, I know you're in pain, but don't worry. That pain go ease up. As a matter of fact, I know you're from South too, so here we're going on. Don't let that muscular pain and injuries win. All right, you can consult the specialist with over 30 years of experience and ease those aches and pains. Yes, visit licensed massage therapists at Gopal's Massage Therapy Center, located at number 68 Market Street, Gopal lands in Marbella, and they are foreign trained and licensed in Florida. All right, call 658-3907 or 496-1111. Services include medical massage therapy, sports injury treatment, aromatherapy, Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, sports massage, and much more. All right, so don't feel that pain, don't frighten. And finally, what we have? No. Hold on. Palmstar. Tobago. Yeah, lovely. So Palmstar Promotions, they are giving your little star a chance to shine live on national TV. The 4th annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge is set for July 12th at Lowlands Mall. Open to all primary school and homeschool kids, standards 3 to 5, ages 9 to 12 plus. The top school with the most entries and points walks away with a desktop computer. Plus, there are chances to win tablets, medals, and so much more. Buy a Kotesi Kotela dictionary at Charan's in Tunapuna, Trin City, San Juan, or Diego Martin, and get 5% off. Just walk with the flyer or show it on your phone. Register now and visit Pamstar Promotions online or call Auntie Esther at 4712604. And the dress code is no uniforms, dress elegantly casual, and let's build confidence one word at a time, only with Pamstar Promotions. Don't forget, Run Stefan Run is on Sunday, May 25th. And I want you all to come out, get yourself registered. Everybody talking about it in the ear. All right? That's now, eh? It's hard lip for that too? Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right, so Run Stefan Run on TrinbagoEvents.com. That is where you're going to get registered. And if you want cash registered or cash registration, you could also go to Sports and Games in Grand Bazaar, Gulf City Mall, and Trin City Mall. And you pay cash, you get the coupon code, you're following the instructions on the coupon code, and you're inside. And every coupon code purchase will give you a 20% off discount at Sports and Games on all items in store, with the exception of those items on that are promotional items on sale. All right, you can call 345-3380 or 482-5531 for more details. Run Stefan Run. 2 charities we're given to: the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago and the Couva Children Crisis Center. And we outside at QRC from 6 a.m. Sunday, May 25th. And finally, Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details. And erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set at API standards. They offer a wide range of services for residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So give them a call on 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, reinventing the standards on how we handle steel. All right? And with that, we take a break. When we return, we got Seth Wyall aboard with us. Stay tuned. Yes, people, so we're getting ready for Run Stefan Run Sunday, May 25th, QRC, 6 a.m. The biggest 5K in the country, tons of prizes, whether you're coming to run competitively or you're just coming for the fun run, or you could walk. Hey, right now we had a big up Cans Poultry and Meats. We are the Marval branch, and they are proud sponsor of Run Stefan Run 2025. So make sure and check them out. So get yourself registered online at TrinbagoEvents.com. Do not wait till it's too late. Walk-in registration will begin on the 22nd of April at Synergy TV Studios, number 19 Arpita Avenue in Woodbrook. Hey, call 345-3380 for more information, or you can call 482-5531. But get yourself registered early, people. Run Stefan Run. Registration $200, and again, our breakfast this year. Oh gosh. Cash registration available at Synergy TV, Monday to Friday from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cash registration also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TMT.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with AllPro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
Introducing Open Minds primary school lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Before you take your omega-3 supplement, check for the natural product number NPN on the label. This unique code shows that Jameson products have approved rigorous Health Canada testing for safety and effectiveness. Unlike some supplements that carry disclaimers like not approved by the FDA, Jameson omega-3 is the trusted choice, offering 1800 milligrams of EPA and DHA for heart health. Choose quality. Choose Jameson.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning. And as we proceed, we got Seth Wyall aboard with us. Seth is going to talk about leptic resistance. And this is along the lines of obesity. So bring him in via Zoom, man. Morning, Seth.
Morning. Good morning, Stefan Reese, Synergy TV, and all of our viewers.
Nice, man.
All right. So, leptin resistance.
Leptin. Did I say leptic just now?
Yes.
Or leptin. Sorry, my apologies. Leptin resistance. Let's go.
All right. So, let's go to it. To start off, you have to first understand that there's a relationship between leptin and ghrelin. So, I'll just, of course, the usual. I'll share my screen. So, we would get a little diagram to get a better understanding of it. All right. So, leptin and ghrelin. Now, these are two hormones that are produced in the body, all right? And they have a relationship similar to that of insulin and glucagon. I don't know if you remember, I think it was last year we did that segment on insulin and glucagon. But when it comes to leptin and ghrelin, leptin is like the satisfied or the satiety, as it would mention here. When leptin is higher and ghrelin is lower, you get that satiety, which means you feel satisfied, you feel filled. And ghrelin, when ghrelin is higher, you get that hunger feeling. You feel hungry. So if you scroll down a little bit, it would show here that ghrelin is produced by cells, the gastrointestinal tract. So in the stomach and your gastrointestinal tract, you have a little bit being produced by the pancreas and the hypothalamus as well. All right. And that causes you to feel hungry. All right. So this is when leptin is low, ghrelin is high. You start to feel hungry because the body is saying, all right, I need fat, I need energy, all right? Now, when ghrelin is low and leptin is high, and this leptin is produced by your fat cells, all right, that's telling the body, hey, you have enough stored energy, so you'll feel satisfied. So that causes the hypothalamus in the brain to then recognize that and then it stops the release of ghrelin, so you no longer would feel hungry, you feel satisfied.
Right.
All right, so that's how that works. So this happens here before eating, and this is what happens after eating. Good, fine, and well. These hormones play that or have that relationship. So it's responsible for you feeling full and you feeling satisfied. Ghrelin hunger, leptin satisfaction. Now, there is something called leptin resistance, because remember, you're still on the topic of obesity.
Right.
So let me show what's happening here. Leptin resistance is similar to how the body operates with regards to diabetes when your cells become insulin resistant. And insulin resistance is when you have too much sugar in the blood, so the body is releasing a lot of insulin to transport the sugar from the blood into your cells, but there is too much. So then the cells start to resist the insulin because, hey, this is too much of sugar that we have been accepting. So similar to leptin, diabetes, leptin operates in a similar cycle. So look what happens here. So your fat cells produce the hormone leptin. The more fat, the more leptin is made. So the fatter somebody is, because leptin is produced by your fat cells and released by your fat cells. So the more fat you have, the more leptin is released into your system. Now, that might give the impression, okay, then a fat person shouldn't be feeling hungry. But that's not the case. So similar to diabetes, which is too much sugar in the system, that can cause insulin resistance. So what happens is, it says the hypothalamus in the brain here now, it overwhelmed the brain, starts to ignore leptin signals, developing a resistance. So because now the person has too much fat, that causes too much leptin to be releasing the signal till your brain starts to ignore it. So here it is, the hormone that is being released to tell you that you are full and satisfied, that you have enough energy stores, that you don't need to consume anymore. You could rely on those stores for energy. In other words, don't eat, start to burn the energy.
Right.
Be active, right? Look what happened. It says the brain mistakenly registers low leptin levels and creates hunger, starting a cycle of obesity. So because there's too much leptin now in your system, your brain starts to ignore the leptin. So you're no longer feeling satisfied. And as the brain is ignoring the leptin, it starts to release more ghrelin. So your stomach releasing more ghrelin, the hypothalamus releasing more ghrelin, pancreas, the gastrointestinal tract releasing more ghrelin. So you start to feel hungry even more.
Right.
And then it says after eating high fat and carb meal, more leptin is produced to trigger the full feeling. But of course, the brain is overwhelmed. So now you have this cycle of continuous leptin release, continuous leptin resistance, and you're going to continue to feel hungry and keep eating and eating and eating. So this is a very, very downward spiral cycle that is taking place. So this is not good. So leptin resistance plays a key role with regards to obesity.
Okay.
Now one might be saying, so why is this happening in the body? What is causing all of this to happen? Well, we have to understand now that there are certain things that people consume that affects and causes too much fat to be produced in the body. For example, fructose, one of the major culprits. Last year I looked into fructose, and when I went into the metabolic structure of it, all right, and the metabolic process, and shows that fructose always causes harm to the human body, regardless of how much you consume. And that's when you had asked me if honey is a good sugar, and the majority sugar in honey is fructose.
Fructose, yeah,
right?
honey's a fructose.
Keep in mind, right? Keep in mind, a lot of foods out here today has fructose in it, and many have added fructose in the form of high fructose corn syrup. Now, the thing is with fructose is, fructose does not directly trigger an insulin release. Now, what I mean by that is when you consume, let's say you consume glucose. When you consume glucose, insulin is released to transport the glucose into your cells.
Right.
Now, fructose, when you consume that, insulin is not released to transport it into your cells. So your liver now has to deal with the metabolism, of fructose.
Right, so your
Now
liver,
that
your liver going into
causes-
overdrive.
Exactly, right?
Okay.
Now that causes fat production. So you have a lot of fructose now in your bloodstream, and this is going to because your insulin is being released to transport it, all right, the liver now will have to convert some of it into glucose. And because of the excess amounts that people consume, it's going to also convert some of it into fat. And of course, you're going to have other things it would convert to, which I also go through in my consultations with clients, showing you the downward negative effects of fructose. So then it's going to cause more fat production. So now you have more fat in your blood. Now you're going to have more fat cells being created. You are now going to have more fats being stored.
Right.
Because insulin cannot transport the sugar. So therefore, more fat in your system means more leptin is going to be released.
Right.
So you're going to have way more leptin now in your system being released, and that now is going to overwhelm the hypothalamus in the brain, and it is going to trigger you to feel hungry, even though the body already have enough energy. It have a lot of fat, it have a lot of stored fat. What the body's supposed to be doing is going into a mood or a mode where it would start to burn that energy for fat.
Okay.
So what people need to do and need to understand is that you need to be guided with regards to your nutrition so that you can avoid eating all of these sugars, avoid the fructose consumption in order to take control of your diet to reduce the amount of leptin that is overwhelming the hypothalamus. All right, leptin resistance is reversible. It is reversible. It's very much reversible, but it takes dedication. It takes commitment, and it takes guidance, because people have to be trained and have to practice and apply and have to be held accountable with regards to what they're consuming, or else they're not going to stick with it. All right, because you're going to have some periods where you're going to be feeling hungry even though you shouldn't.
Right.
Even though you shouldn't. And if you leave it up to people in their own hands to handle their diet on their own, by themselves, not saying they can't do it, because there are few that can, but the vast majority, because of the fact that we have an obesity epidemic globally, shows that the vast majority cannot do this on their own.
Right.
They cannot. All right? And a lot of people might say, yes, I could. If you could, then do. Right? Because I always tell people, I remember a guy came to me, and he used to consumes a lot of coffee per day, and he said he drinks 8 cups of coffee a day, and he said, but he could stop at any time, right? He said he could stop at any time. So I simply say, well, stop. That was my response. Well, stop. And if you hear excuses, well, I just bought a whole set. And my thing with people when it comes to that, if you say you could do it, don't tell me you could do it.
Do it.
I literally don't care. If you say you could do something, do it.
Do it.
And that's
Yeah.
why I say people need to have or be in some kind of system or program, right, where they need to be guided so they could be held accountable and stick to dietary changes in order to facilitate their weight loss, because obesity is a killer. It's a killer. It's a big warning sign with regards to health, and people need to have their diet coached in order to get over it. It takes commitment. It is not something you are going to get over easily without being guided, because most people, and I could tell you 99% of people that come to me don't even understand sugar. Right? 99. In fact, I haven't encountered anybody that have done a consultation with me over
that
the
actually
years
understand it.
that fully understands sugar.
Yeah, yeah.
And this
I
is
wouldn't
what
doubt
I
that.
go through with my clients on the consultations, which is a re-education session. And I emphasize the re-education session because people say, so what are paying for? I ain't paying for a drug, you are paying to be educated, and once you apply that knowledge that you have gained, because we constantly say knowledge is power, except when we have to apply it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it
We
depends.
don't want
It
to
depends in terms of the application and whether or not it's something that we have a particular bias towards. So if we bias
Exactly.
towards something, we'll implement. If we're not,
Exactly.
then we won't. That's how it is.
Right? And that's why I give people truth, because to implement something, the more facts you have on it, the better it is for you, or the easier it is for you to implement, because you have more information on it. So this is why I re-educate people on sugar and proper nutrition, what we are designed to eat, what we are not designed to eat. That way you would have a better understanding of what you put into your mouth. So now, if you put something into your mouth and you know that this is not good for your health, right? That's on your conscience. You would have to either ignore your own moral values, right? Your own conscience, and consume it,
That's right.
Because now you are informed, so it makes it harder. It makes it harder for you to consume the wrong things. So education, and then my program, how it operates based on a feedback basis. So you have that responsibility to submit your daily entries via, because I have my clients fill out a daily questionnaire. So they can be held accountable for what they're consuming. So it's an interactive approach to healthcare. And this is why once it's done and people follow it, the results are so grand. The body is designed to heal itself, Obesity don't have to be a death sentence to anyone. Diseases don't have to be a death sentence to anyone, all right? You just have to be willing to commit, right? To commit and make those dietary changes.
Well,
that's what it takes.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, man. It's the commitment that a lot of people are afraid of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the commitment and then the consistency. And for me, it's consistency. Yeah? I'm not afraid to commit, but I know I'm not going to be consistent because of the hours and the way that thing,
Correct.
Just the way that my day goes. It's very hard for me to be consistent.
Any
last week
goal in
I
life,
was doing my thing. I haven't done anything since Saturday. Because my brother went in was Saturday, I recovered Sunday, I was out on Monday. Well, I'm back at it today. So I'm going to start back today now. But to say like I'm consistent with it every day, and it does always have these little parts or these little particular points where I just fall off and then I just pick back up. And the fall off period this be detrimental when you're trying to do something consistently.
That's the area that one has to work on. We have this saying, it's not about how much times you fall, but it's how much times you get back up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we also want to not make it a habit of falling.
Correct.
Right? Because
people,
if you constantly falling, that could become a habit as well.
That's right. I'll tell you what, people, if you want more information, you could contact Seth. Seth has two numbers, 7611952. You can call him on that number, or you can WhatsApp him on 2793935. Seth, be out of time, but thanks a lot, man. Leptin
no problem. Thanks for having me.
resistance.
Yeah.
All right,
resistance.
man. Take it easy.
All right, take care.
Yeah, man. And Seth is our South man, eh? Seth gonna be up there for the run too, So I'll tell you what, we're gonna take our final break. When we come back, birthdays. Stay tuned. All right, people, so breaking down, we're in the wonderful city of San Fernando at number 17 St. James Street in Sando, and this is the location of Digimaniacs Design. And Digimaniacs Design is the proud sponsor of the 3rd place male and female and the 10th place male and female for Run Stefan Run. We are at QRC. 6 a.m. is the start time, so make sure get yourself registered online at trinbagoevents.com. Do not forget that the purpose of this, outside of this being the biggest paying 5K in the country, this is also a charity run, and we give it to 2 charities. We give it to the Autism Society of Trinidad and Tobago and the Couva Children Crisis Center. Support Digimaniacs Designs as well, because they have been in the business for the past 17 years producing logo designs, signage, brochures, rebranding projects, fleet graphics, commercial interior design, wall wraps, and much more for local, regional, and international clients. And you can call them on 704-8602 or check them out at number 17 St. James Street in San Fernando.
Cash registration available at Synergy TV, Monday to Friday from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cash registration also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results. At Open Minds, it's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.com.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people, so we're back. We got some birthdays to get through, and then we're out of here. Remember, immediately following the repeat of this program, you got that powerful word from the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries, located corner Bagatelle and Saddle Road in San Juan. So look out for that. Happy 16th birthday going out to Tiffany Bikram. Tiffany celebrates her 16th birthday. Wishing you a blessed birthday coming on from your mom, your dad, and your brother. All right, sweet 16 it is. Also, good morning, Stefan. I, Adita, would like to wish my best friend, Nasra Ramdeen, happy birthday. You are the life of the party, loving, kind, and you are amazing. You are an amazing person. I wish you a day of laughter and happiness. May Allah continue to bless you. This is coming on from Shamir, Amir, Fazir, Zahir, and Samir. And lots of love. Happy 62nd birthday going out to Peter. May God continue to bless you with love and happiness. Hope you have a great day and many more to come. This is coming from your loving family, and they love you a lot. So, Peter, happy birthday, man. Where is Peter? Who does that big picture, boy? I can't even see Peter. All right, yeah, but on the screen and looking, yeah. Wait, now, Peter is how old? Peter is 62? Nah, man. I had to look like that when I reached 62? Yeah. Also, happy birthday going out to a handsome son in Sean Hill. May the good Lord continue to shower you with his blessings from your mom, dad, brother, son, wife, aunts, granddad, cousins, and friends. Do enjoy your day, Sean. Yeah, man. The hills, man, the hills are alive with the sound of music. All right, hi, we'd like to wish our parents, Barbara and Deodat, a happy 50th wedding anniversary. Wishing them health and happiness from Nadine, Nisha, Bobby, Indrani, Damian, and all of the family and friends. We love them very much, and they are big supporters of Breaking Dawn. Keep up the good work, and happy anniversary to you guys. Lovely. And thanks for the support. And finally, Grace Ramdu is back for another year. That's right. Easy, Grace. Grace has made it through another year. She's 92 years old today. Well, actually, she celebrated it on Saturday. And her 11 children, her grands, her great-grands, and great-great-grands, sister Audrey, nieces, nephews, and all her in-laws made sure that she had an amazingly graceful birthday last Saturday and Mother's Day Sunday. May God continue to bless and keep her as she ages gracefully. Mommy Grace, you are loved and treasured in our lives always. All right? It's 3 days late. Okay, no problem. All right, they say thank you, Stefan. It's 3 days late, so I know we'll see it on Tuesday. All right, Grace. And with that, we are out for today, people. We will be back tomorrow. We have Behind the Badge. I don't know if it will be Pitt or Greenwich, but we have Behind the Badge tomorrow. And Pastor John will be on as well. And we'll chat in between all of that about some of the things happening around Trinidad and Tobago. Until then, have a great day. We out.
Good morning. Welcome.